Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today you find me over in East Sussex at Saddlescombe Farm, and the reason I've come to Saddlescombe Farm is that on the channel previously we featured some Knights Templar stuff, most notably the headquarters for the southern area over at Shipley, and this is a Knights Templar farm. So there'd been settlements here before the Knights Templar arrived, but in 1225 the Knights Templar arrived in this area and were using this farm to fund their crusades over in the Middle East. If this isn't a picture postcard, then I don't know what is. It was in the Knights Templar's possession until 1308. when famously the Knights Templar were disbanded by the King of France on Friday the 13th. Not going to be a huge amount here. This is all run by the National Trust, but I thought this would be interesting and a lovely day out, and it's right 4 miles north of Brighton, so if you're coming to Brighton, might be a little trip out to have a look around. If you are coming here, you need to just park opposite that little car park next to Devil's Dyke. If you're coming here for a day out, they do have a cafe on site. Looks like it's quite small, so you're not going to get a fry up, but still a nice cup of coffee would be great. So because this is National Trust, in that direction you do have campsite. So it'd be a wonderful place to stay, especially if you are doing the South Downs way. If you're doing the South Downs way, we've got a fresh water drinking tap right at the back of the farm buildings. So this is the information barn, tells you all about the place. One thing to note is it still has a functioning letterbox here. Look, nice collection. Yeah, so if you need to post some letters whilst you're here, just saying. So yeah, old barn. It does say over there that there are special days where they will take you up inside the top of the barn, but it does look quite old and brittle, so I'd like to be careful. Got an old Arga out here and some tables, I guess, if you do want a picnic. But yeah, history about the area. So obviously, like all of the South Downs, it goes right the way back to prehistoric times, medieval, and then the modern farming. That would be when the manor over there was built. But in World War II, the Canadians were out here. So they would have been stationed at this place. Some examples of some of the old machinery here. A water bowser, early 20th century. That's this row drill, so that's for planting seeds, I believe. And this is a winnow grader, so I guess that's for grading some of the stuff. A fertiliser distributor. Tucked up the back there, we've got a really old, I guess it must be a plough, some description, there's no sign on it, but I love the old sign writing. Oh, it does say there it's a seed drill, but I love the old writing on there. Amazing. This again, don't see stuff made like that anymore. It doesn't show you what it is, but let me know in the comments if you know what this device is. And then tucked away at the back, a seed dresser. What a piece of machinery. So let's head up and see the donkey wheel. Well, there it is, donkey wheel. Gotta get over this strange contraption a slot there for your dog. We've got these like mini steps to climb over. So underneath here we've got a massive aquifer, so loads and loads of water, and this site was actually bought by Brighton Council and still does provide access to Brighton, just 4 miles to the south. Sorry guys, we're going to have to compete with some angry dogs for this bit, out of my control. But yeah, this is what they call the donkey wheel, and doesn't necessarily mean that it had to have donkeys on it, but it has been quite clever, wouldn't they, to get up there. There's no ramp, but maybe that's been taken out now. But yeah, they said that basically this was manned by donkeys, and the donkeys were trained to walk in one direction for 12 minutes and then get off the wheel and then go back on and walk the other direction for 12 minutes. But it could also be walked by farm hands, boys. Yeah, there is a story of a young boy that in 1860 rode the bucket all the way down to the bottom and back again, so live to tell the tale. And this is the bucket he's supposed to have ridden down in, so he must have been quite small. I thought that the Templar monks dug this 50-metre shaft down to the aquifer and then constructed this fascinating device for getting the water to the surface. To the northeast of the farm we've got these more modern cottages, but it's lovely to see some of the British eccentrics are still alive. So this particular cottage just made me giggle. Go home, get naked, bullshit corner, Bay Cottage, Saddlescombe Farms, all the trees and plants in there. So yeah, these staghorns as well. Yeah, just full of character. The ones next to it, not quite so much, but they're still a lovely location. Great view looking out over the South Downs. The one at the back of this cottage looks like it's got some kind of structure in the garden, so I don't know whether that is something to do with the Templars or not. If you wanted to do a bit more than visit the farm, I believe this path here takes you over onto the top of the downs to the windmills, the Jack and Jill ones at Sussex. It's not part of the display, but just have a look at this Unimog. I've heard of them. I mean, this one has seen better days. Whether it actually starts and runs, I don't know, but these are supposedly one of the most capable off-road vehicles. So probably was used as a bit of farm machinery at some point, and maybe something went wrong and they can't get the parts for it anymore. But lovely to see here, just adds character. So this is the old manor house. Not the grandest manors I've ever seen, but it's quite a small hamlet out here at Saddlescombe. Even got it on the door, the manor. I do like the fact that it's got a clock up on the outside showing its farming heritage, because obviously the farm workers may not have timepieces back in the day, so they would need a central clock to know what time of day it was. One remarkable document entered amongst the Saddlescombe deeds is a letter from a certain Archbishop Azo requesting the Master of the Temple of England to receive Joan, the aged wife of Sir Richard Chaldice, who had taken the oath of chastity and wished to submit herself to the rule of the temple. As well as having the aquifer beneath us to get rainwater from, we've also got this pond here, but no ducks in sight. I rarely film the toilets at places, but this one, it's just charming. Yeah, so obviously nobody in here, and the stalls unisex, but right here we've got tiles showing you basically the landscape: Harting Down, Bignor, Falking Devil's Dyke, Saddlescombe Farm, Nighttimber, Ditchling Beacon, Black Cap, Alfriston Clergy House, terminating in Burling Gap. I'm loving all of this estate fencing, but this, I've never seen a mechanism like this before, and I don't know whether it's just out of fashion or whether it's a Templar thing, but to open it you push, and it's really easy to operate, unlike most of the modern gates. Just impressed me with how the mechanism was simple to use and worked so well. Why don't we use it more? So I hope you've enjoyed this short video at Saddlescombe Farm. If you have enjoyed it and you like content like this, then don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And thank you very much for watching.